Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is in your part of the world. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we got four people here. A little bit different setup today. I'm using a different laptop, and I just discovered a little while ago that my Wi-Fi extender's not working again. I don't know what's going on with it. Stuff moved around a little bit during construction today, so I'm not sure if the cable got unplugged, if the power thing got unplugged, shut off. I haven't been back over to check that, but I think we got enough from the main Wi-Fi in order to do this. My phone's not picking up the signal. The laptops do a little bit better. And I'm on a different laptop because the one I normally use, the charger's broke on that. I remember saying a few weeks ago when I started using that charger that I had to get another one because that was my reserve charger. Well, I didn't get one. And the end of it is crushed. I don't think I stepped on it. I think it got underneath my recliner. In fact, I know it was under the recliner one day, and I didn't notice it. And apparently when I went to get up, the recliner came down on it and crushed the end of it. But I've got two chargers ordered. They'll be here later in the week. Well, fortunately, I've got more than one laptop now, so I was able to use this one. Hello, Katie. Good. I'm glad it looks good. Hello, Ryan. Um, I I don't dare open up YouTube on here. That might be too much. It might knock me off. But I'll go through later, and I'll give you a wrench, Ryan. But with having not that great of Wi-Fi signal, I'm afraid if I open up YouTube, it might put it over the limit and knock me off. We don't want that to happen. Hello, Ann. Hello, Des. Hello, Reverend Joe. Trying to get that where I can see a little bit better because I can't use my phone like I normally do to read the chat off from that. Oh, that will happen, Katie. Fortunately, my bill's paid. It wasn't due until tomorrow, and it's been paid for a few days now. I still got Wi-Fi, just not the strongest over here because of the Wi-Fi extender not working. Hello, Demoose. Hello, Bev. Hello, Ace. Hello, Lily Rose. Hello, Winstone. Nope, I haven't seen Wanda yet, Reverend Joe. And Emily won't be here today either. She's got family visiting from across the pond. So obviously, she wants to spend some time with them. Hello, Ed. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Tony. Hope I'm not missing anyone. Like I said, it's hard for me to read it here. Actually, I'm going to try to sit this in my lap. It should work. It's a little better. Hello, Judy. Hey, it's fine you're late, as long as you brought the snacks. Okay, Ryan. But I definitely will. Because I give everyone a ring because I know. It's not my normal setup today. What are we dipping in the cheese, Judy? Potato chips? Crackers? As I was saying earlier, there's some construction going on. We're working on the floor in the big house some more today. So hopefully that's one step towards getting done now. Putting the plywood down in the living room has helped with putting the flooring down. He's got at least there's a level surface there to work with now. Put the top of my coffee wrong. There we go. Put it on so the spout was on the opposite side when I held it like this. That's not good. Well, that's good, Judy. I'm glad you got something to dip in the cheese dip. Although I have been known to deep cheese dip alone before. I hope I didn't miss anyone. But my guinea's still hanging around. So that's a good thing. Boy, the ticks are coming back around now. Can't wait until I get more guineas again. the two I hatched out are growing like crazy. So when they get outside free ranging, that should help a little bit. And I just ordered 2 dozen eggs. They should be here sometime late this week. So get them in the incubator. But unfortunately, it takes 4 weeks for guinea eggs to hatch instead of 3 weeks like chicken eggs. And then it takes a while to grow up. So it'll be a while before I get a good flock of guineas again. But hopefully I get the flock built back up and get rid of these darn ticks. But it was nice for most of the summer not having any ticks. Well, they may want to, Judy. I know they look very interested in that short with a chick in the incubator. They look very interested in that chick. I can't say for sure. I've only had one chick that was grabbed by a cat. That was my very first chick. One got away from me, and I had a cat grab it, but I got it away from her. And when I was taking the guinea keats out of the incubator to put them in the brooder, 3 of them got away from me. 2 of them I got right away, and third one I couldn't find. And think, well, maybe they all came out all at once. Maybe it was just 2 got out. Then I counted them, I got them in the brooder. There was only 7, should have been 8. So I'm thinking, what is wrong here? I know I had 8. Now there's only 7. Well, about 10 minutes later, I happened to find one in the bathroom with one of the kittens playing with it. Not trying to hurt it, just playing with it. So I got it and put it in the brooder. Hello, Chef. Good reminder, Arlene. Hit the thumbs up and make sure you still subscribe and share out the stream. Found another channel the other day that I know I was subscribed to. Absolutely, because I've watched videos on the channel and I always subscribe before I watch the videos and wasn't subscribed. So I had to resubscribe to that one. Hello, Rachel. Yeah, thank you for the reminder, Chef. That's appreciated. Oh yeah, you can't beat Arlene. She's quick. Yep. Never hurts to reinforce it a little bit, Judy. You never know. Hello, J&B. I guess I'm at the bottom of the chat now. Well, I think we finally got the dog fence reinforced to where they can't get out. But unfortunately, when I put Goldie in there Thursday night, she found a way out. Haven't seen her since. And I thought she was under the house. Thought it was weird that she hasn't come out yet. I discovered today there was a spot where the fence was flat on the ground. So, got that put back up. Got the post in the ground good that she pulled out. I'm thinking possibly that post wasn't all the way in. Might have hit a stone and didn't get it down all the way. But I think it's good now. But apparently Honey and Buddy aren't going to bother the fence anyways. I know Buddy got zapped pretty good a couple times. I didn't see Honey get zapped, but apparently she did. So once they get zapped, then they don't want to mess with it. In fact, even when it was laying down there, they still would have had to jump 4 feet in order to get over that. Otherwise, if they walked on it, bombed their feet, would have got zapped. So it worked for them. But apparently Goldie was just so determined she was going to get out. She ran right through it, even though she was getting zapped. But hopefully she comes back. Hello, John. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Hello, Star. Hello, Jonesy. Oh, I know Goldie's been zapped a few times. Yeah, I could see her not wanting to go near the fence, but it's weird that she doesn't at least come back into the yard. You know, big juicy steak does sound pretty good. Yeah, that's right, Judy. She's not going to be having any puppies. Well, Brett, not having any problems with Honey and Buddy now, they don't even go near the fence. They learn. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Charlene. Hello, the chicken. No, I haven't heard from Wanda today, Reverend Joe. Hello, Paul. Yeah, this is the only problem to watch it on StreamYard is I don't get the picture of the emojis. You know, Jones, you just put them up. It's saying logo, Honey, Buddy, Goldie. Hello, King Corso. Why didn't you say hi to you either, Brett? I just commented on your comment. But, hi, Brett. Well, I know what that's like, Reverend Joe. Sometimes I can't stay up very late. There's Jones again. Logo, 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 logo. I like seeing it though. Those are member emojis, Judy. I've got memberships starting at 99 cents a month up to $9.99 a month. There's any level of membership, you get the custom emojis. Peaceful Des, been a member for 20 months. Thank you, Des. Ace has been a member for 19 months. Thank you, Ace. A nice Reverend Joe. Yeah, I'm going to have an electric fence all the way around my property. I mentioned, I don't know if it was last week's Sunday Live or in the midweek live. I mentioned I want to try to get some people together for some projects this fall, and that's one of them. That's one of the big ones. I'm thinking later on next month or October. Okay, we'll try having the laptop sitting there where I can't really see it, but okay. Here's where I was. Stay inside with the AC, Judy. Yeah, I'm actually gonna use the poly wire, Brett. I've got some already, and that's a lot easier to work with. And it definitely puts out a zap. Because it's called sheep and goat fencing. But it's same thing as a poultry netting. It's just spaced a little bit farther apart. That's what I have now. And that sure zaps them. The issue with Goldie was she gets rammed the fence and she got one of the posts out. But with the T-posts being down on the ground, they're not going to be pulling them out. And also, just as it glitched out on me, I was saying, Brett, that if you have a trailer for your mini excavator by that time, I think we could use that. Yeah, brownies does sound pretty good, Katie. Now you want me to go get a brownie sundae. You start talking about brownies. Oh yeah, it'd be quite a trip just to come and help out, Katie. But I understand. Yeah, I imagine that was cold, Jonesy. Being out there till 2 o'clock in the morning. Bad enough during the day during the winter, but when you're out there at night, that's cold. Yeah, I ran off, Judy. That's what happened. Hello, Mind Milton. Hey, Oreo. 70 degrees in here, Judy. Actually, at times, it's a little chilly. But I keep it right at 70. I'm actually looking for a nice ice cream shop around here. There's a few places you can get ice cream, but sometimes it's hit and miss. You always got McDonald's and Sonic, but I prefer something a little better than that. There is one of the diners has good ice cream. That's where I got the brownie sundae, and I've had I think it was a hot fudge sundae from there. But the waitress has to feel like making them, so it depends on who's working. Well, that's no good, Katie. Wait till he goes to bed, then go get it. Hello, Steve. Well, here's one misfit right here. I'm glad your diet's helping you, Judy. Thank you, Jonesy. $2 super sticker. Not sure what that figures out to American money, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I missed your last live, Steve. I was sleeping at that time. And when I woke up, I was thinking, I wonder if Steve's live. And I checked. Yep, you were for, what was it, like an hour, hour and a half? Hopefully I catch you next one. The cat just jumped on me. Yeah, McDonald's ice cream's not bad. But they got limited flavors that you can get. But there was one night I almost did go to McDonald's to get a sundae. Only place I've ever had espresso shots from is Dunkin' Donuts. It's not something I normally do, just once in a great while. Judy, Misfit Mania is Steve. Yeah, and his channel, he just talks about whatever happens to come up. He makes music. He makes songs about everyone that watches his channel. Real good guy. I've met him in person. Um, well, I can't check right now, Steve, but I can tell you it has been raining. Not today. Yesterday, got to the diner. I always go Saturday for the breakfast buffet. Nice and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. So I put my windows down so the car wouldn't be so hot when I went back out. All of a sudden, I look out, it's pouring. So I go out, get the windows up. The car a little wet inside, not too bad. So I'm thinking, well, I got the windows up in time. Get back inside, the rain's starting to let up already. And next thing you know, sun's out. And of course, we're getting some rain. It shot the humidity up. In the last week, we've had, I forgot exactly what it is, but it's over 2.5 inches of rain. I think it was 2.62 inches, if I'm remembering right. But a few miles down the road, they only got an inch in the past week. You haven't seen Joanne. Reverend Joe? Misfit Mania is Steve. Well, thank you, Jonesy. I appreciate it. Jonesy's always giving out super chats. I appreciate that. Yeah, I noticed that, Katie. When I checked the menu to see what flavors they had and stuff, I noticed they didn't have nuts available. Yeah, I know Joanne said the other day she's still dealing with a lot of problems from the lightning issues. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy Steve's channel, Tony. You're welcome, Steve. There's no Starbucks close by here. I would imagine a Starbucks in Fort Smith, but that's not a place I'm going to go looking for. Yeah, the rain's been funny around here. I was in Waldron last week one day. No rain at all. Never rained a drop. And I get like a mile and a half, 2 miles from my house. Road's wet. I get about a half mile. It's starting to rain. No, about a half mile. I started seeing puddles in the road, so it rained pretty good. I get almost to my house. It starts raining. And I check my app that tells how much it rained at a precise location. We got a half-inch of rain. We're 2 miles down the road. It never rained a drop. Yep, I can believe it, Ace. The rain around here reminds me of the snow in New York. It'll be a whiteout, and then 10 miles away, sun will be shining. It's a funny the way that works, Judy. Hello, a simple happy life. Um, I think I might remember your name, but I'm not sure. I will eventually. I promise. There you go, Steve. That's one way to put it. Come on over. If you don't like my channel, it's free to leave. Yes, Candace. I was thinking Candace, but then I'm thinking, no, I think that's someone else. Thank you, Ace. I'm sorry, Candace. I will remember it. No, Reverend Joe. I didn't mean funny that way. I guess it's weird. The way it rains in one spot and not another. I'm sorry to hear that, J&B. Yeah, I've always been more familiar with Duncan because I don't know about other areas, but in New York, Duncan was the only one in the rural areas. You'd have to get into cities for any of the other chains. But there's some Duncans in some pretty small rural communities, and they do a really good business there. Yep, that's right, Reverend Joe. The rain pattern is fickle. Hello, Sue. Yep, I know what you mean there, Steve. Yes, J&B. I saw that. Looks like it's just gonna skirt the coast. Pretty nasty storm. You know, they're saying just offshore, supposed to wind waves of 30 to 50 feet, and 150 to 200 miles offshore, up to 100 feet. Those are big waves. I'm glad you understand, Candace. I haven't been there, but I've had donuts from there. We've got a nice donut shop here in Waldron. It's just a small, independently owned donut shop. They have really good donuts. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Steve's going to call me. Okay, if you don't get a hold of me, Steve, I'm having internet problems. My Wi-Fi extender isn't working, so I'm going off from the main Wi-Fi right now, and my phone can't pick up the signal from the main Wi-Fi. After the live, I'm going to try to figure out what's wrong, if it's something I can easily fix. Then I'll be back in business. Otherwise, my phone's only going to be working from outside or over to the big house. But like I said, after the live, I am going to be going over to the big house. So go ahead and try to give me a call if you want to. Excuse me. Whoops. Hello, Wanda. Everyone was noticing earlier that you weren't here. Welcome. There is a Casey's about 35 miles or so to the east of here, and there's one, oh, I don't know how far north it is. Probably 30 miles to the north. But next year, there's going to be a Casey's in Waldron. They have the property all bought. They started excavating work on it, and they're saying they're going to be open in just over a year. It's actually going to be right next to McDonald's. There is a couple other convenience stores. Well, actually, 3 other convenience stores. One I buy gas at quite often just because I'm going past it. But I've only been in the store once. And that was only because the pump I was at, the card reader wasn't working. One of them I've never been to. And the other one, I've been there to buy gas a couple times and use the bathroom. But when Casey's gets here, I'll be going there more often. I really like that store. I haven't tried those, Rachel. I actually do need to make a trip to Harps. Hello, Donnie. I don't know if you're real big on pizza or not, J&B, but everyone loves Casey's Pizza. I've had their breakfast pizza and their chicken bacon ranch pizza, and those were good. I don't eat as many donuts as I used to. Not that I used to eat a lot of donuts, but I gotta be careful of the real sugary stuff. Because since my gastric bypass surgery, I can't digest sugar. So it doesn't turn out real well if I have too much sugar. I can have a certain amount. Like I can't have sweet tea at McDonald's. They put pounds and pounds and pounds of sugar in that. If I do get tea at McDonald's, I'll get about a quarter cup of sweet tea filled up with unsweet tea, and then it's about right. But fortunately, the diners I go to, they make it just about right. Got some sugar in it, but not so much that it makes you sick. Well, maybe I'll be making a trip to the donut shop in the morning. You guys keep talking about donuts. I think they open at 4. They're only open 4 to noon or something like that. They catch you early morning crowd. That is true, Judy. There isn't a bad donut. Sorry to hear that, Reverend Joe. I wouldn't want to have to eliminate chocolate. That does sound good, Wanda. Yeah, I know, Candace. I wasn't craving donuts until everyone started talking about them. Yes, Casey's the gas station. Yeah, they just announced like 2 or 3 weeks ago that they're going to be opening the store in Waldron in just over a year. And the last time I went by there, I saw they had all the what do they call it? That stuff they put up around the perimeter so the dirt doesn't all wash away when it rains. They had that up, and they were in there with bulldozers and stuff. I hate tomatoes, and I'm allergic to them anyway, so it's easy for me to stay away from them. You know, Mardi Gras sounds like it'd be fun to go to, but I wouldn't want to go to it in my condition now. So I have to try to avoid crowds now. But if I've been living down this way when I was younger, I might have went to that. I have to leave the house every day, a few times a day. We're having animals in two houses. I've got to go over and tend to the kittens and the chicks. And then I spent quite a little time over there with the kittens. They love it. They climb all over me. Speaking of the kittens, they go to the vet on Wednesday to get their third series of shots. And got my foot caught on the cord. And just general checkup. And Superman's got to go for his upper respiratory stuff. And when I call for an appointment for him, well, would you want to bring him in the same time you're bringing in the kittens? Sure. So Wednesday, Superman's going to get to meet the kittens. I know what you meant, Katie. Yes, Candace. I gastric bypass surgery. Oh, what was it? Um, it was 9 years ago in February. So coming up on to 10 years. I was 410 pounds. I got down, they wanted me down to 220. I never did make 220. I was down to 240 some, 243, I think it was. Last time I went to the doctor, I was right around 300. We'll find out Tuesday what I am now. But my back problems haven't helped. You know, that's really slowed me down. Because just under a year after the surgery, about 11 months, I was noticing how much better I could walk, how much faster I could walk. And then all of a sudden, the back and leg issues started. And that hit me hard. So there went my activity level right down then. Yes, blueberry cake donuts are delicious. I've had them, Judy. Is there enough ice cream for everyone, Katie? You can serve all of us. Oh, there's no place that I would never eat food out of. There's certain foods I wouldn't eat. That's funny, Katie. Cat, you jumped on me again. Now it froze. Jump the other direction. Yep, Ace. I was already thinking about that. Yeah, you'd have to travel a little ways, Katie. I'm not sure what's in Fort Smith. And I guess in the Little Rock area, they got all kinds of specialists there. That's about 2 hours away. Yep, JB. It looks like that. I know they're doing a lot of work on Main Street. Some of it is just trying to beautify the area, and some of it is actually working on buildings. There's someone just applied for a grant to buy one of the empty buildings and fix that up. So they're trying. Hello, Eddie. Fluffy's right here. Um, Batman's over there. Superman's over there in the microwave. Hello, David. I don't see Sanford, but I'm sure he's on the cat tree. That's his favorite place. Daisy's right here. I don't have a Kelvin. Oreo is. Oh, here he is. Oreo's right here next to me. He's the one actually closest to me. I didn't even see him there. Okay, Candace. Thanks for being here. Okay, now Eddie's just gonna make up names. Yeah, before my back got like it is now. Yeah, I had the gastric bypass surgery before that. But my back issues actually go back to 1996. That's when I shattered my T12 vertebrae by falling off a fire truck. But that pretty much healed up. But from the fusion, that created a weak spot in my back. And that's where the issues are now. Just down below where the fusion was. And hopefully when I go to the doctor Tuesday, I can talk her into ordering some x-rays and then take a look at my hip and see what's going on with that. See if it's what the therapist thinks it is. I had a nurse tell me, nurse I've known my whole life, she told me that I lost so much weight so fast that that will throw your whole body out of sync. And she said that can cause some pretty serious back issues just by losing a lot of weight. Well, it's kind of overcast here, but I don't hear any thunder or anything. But you're a little bit farther east than I am, so if you're getting a storm now, that would mean that missed us. Hello, Pinchuko. Now, Paul's never been on one of my lives. He told me that Wednesday night it just gets too late for him. So by the time my live starts at 10 o'clock Central, it's 4 o'clock Thursday morning for him. And that's his bedtime. I'll have to go back and watch the replay of that, David. My Daisy's right here. I know you do, Eddie. Well, maybe I don't need any ideas for new names. No, I haven't seen the newest one, Judy. Okay, Katie. Yep, hopefully they can figure something out, J&B. Yeah, Judy, excuses, excuses, excuses. Well, J&B, I lost, let me see. I lost about 130 pounds within, I would say it was maybe 8 months. Yeah, I'd say probably about 8 months. I lost 130 pounds. And then I stayed there for a while. Then the other 45, 50 pounds, that just slowly came off over the next several years. I hit my lowest weight in, what was it, late 2022, early 2023, somewhere along in there. And actually, I need to start eating more bread, bagels, and stuff. Because that's what got me down to that lowest weight. I was eating a lot of bread products at that time. Hello, Troy. Yeah, I don't get you mixed up, Des, because I've known you for years. And I've only known Des's Crazy Life for less than a year, or maybe about a year. And maybe I should go visit you, Des. You're far enough into Florida, then I can say I've been to Florida. Because that's one state I've always wanted to visit. In fact, I was looking into moving to Florida at one point. I actually even found some property there that I was looking into. It was in Lake City. I can't remember. I think Lake City is about halfway between the Atlantic Ocean and Gulf of Mexico, and just south of the Georgia border. Not sure if that's close to you or not. Oh, you know where it is, east of you? Okay. Oh, my son came down here. He went to Pensacola on his way, and he was not impressed with Florida at all. Of course, he's not happy no matter where he is, because he didn't stay happy here too long. Before he came down here, he hated New York. Now he loves New York again. Don't know why, but oh, okay, Des. So you are very familiar with that area then. Yep, David, I don't know, probably less than 2 hours north of you. I was about 30 miles north of Syracuse. That's where I lived for the last 5 years that I lived in New York. And before that, I was just a little bit farther north. Not much. Hello, Rick. You know, Melbourne, Florida sounds familiar, Tony. I think I know someone that used to live in Melbourne. If I'm not mistaken. He used to have a junkyard there, and I think he ran a garage too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay, David. So you weren't much more than an hour from me. Okay. Hope I didn't miss anyone's comment. I don't know if it's actually the chat messing on me. I think it's just me trying to scroll through it. To be able to get a signal from the main router, I don't have my laptop where it's really convenient. I'm not exactly sure where Natasha lives. But I thought Brian was a little farther away. I don't know why, but I was thinking Brian is in the Western Finger Lakes. If he was in the Eastern Finger Lakes, it would be closer, but where I was thinking that'd be a little farther. Yeah, the funny thing is, most of these people I know from New York now, I didn't even know when I was living in New York. I didn't know David. I didn't know Atasha. I think, yes, I did know Brian. Um, I didn't know Demoose. Rochester was quite a distance from where I was. That was a couple hours. Buffalo, that was farther yet. But I know people from all over the world now. I was trying to figure it up one day if I know someone from every state in the United States. I probably do. I figured up, I think it was, oh, it's almost 40, like 38 maybe, states that I was positive I knew people from, and a lot of countries. United States, Canada, Australia, India, UK, Ireland, um, South Africa. I know I'm missing some. That's the only problem with trying to figure something up like that. I always miss some. About YouTube, I would have never known people from all these places. Yeah, I don't feed my cat sardines. They get some tuna every now and then. I have, if I'm out of canned cat food, I'll give them a can or two of tuna fish. But normally, if I open up a can of tuna fish for myself, they get the juice off from it. I've been to Darien Lake a few times, the Moose. I think I've been there 4 times. Well, that's not too long of a drive till you get there, is it, the Moose? Yeah, I think for me to get to Darien Lake was never if I took the throughway, which I hated taking the throughway. I think it was 4.5 hours. Yep, that's right, J&B. I don't know where I would be. Because I wouldn't be in the same spot that I was because of that neighbor. And then the owner of the property sold the property. Because he just couldn't deal with the neighbor and the town and stuff. So he sold the property. Because just before I came down here, I was trying to find some place to move my camper to, and I could not find any place at all in that area. And I actually had a couple different offers in Arkansas. Oh, that's nice, the Moose. That's what I like about where I am. I can hear the music from Turkey Track when they're having their bluegrass festival. I wish I could hear it a little better, but you can hear the music. The part you can't hear is when they're making announcements and stuff. You can just hear that there's someone talking on a PA system, but you can't understand a word they're saying. Now it'll be coming up Columbus Day weekend. Okay, you have a good night, Reverend Joe. Yeah, last year, well, the weather wasn't the greatest when they had their gospel festival in June. It was raining off and on the whole weekend. So I didn't sit outside too much. But last year, for the Bluegrass Festival, I was out there quite a bit. And I got to see Rhonda Vincent's tour bus drive by. She was there on Saturday night. And when she left from there, they came this way because they were heading to Tennessee for her next performance. And I saw a big vehicle coming. Didn't know what it was at first. Then it got where I could see a little better, so it was a tour bus. And when it went by, I saw that it was Rhonda Vincent. And she's the Queen of Bluegrass, if anyone doesn't know. Okay, you have a good night, Wanda. Well, I've done a lot of talking tonight. I don't know if there's anything I missed or not. But I've been on here for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So, anyone have anything they want me to comment on? Yeah, my absolute favorite music, without a doubt, is classic country. The radio station that I used to listen to when I was growing up, that was country with a little bit of bluegrass. That's how I actually got introduced to the bluegrass. And on Sunday, it'd be gospel music in the morning. They had good mix. That was a good radio station. Just a small radio station. It was in a village of about 2,500 people. Leaving, Judy? See, you're thanking me, so if you're leaving, Judy, have a good night. I'm glad you look forward to my lives, Tony. I appreciate it. It's still going to be a while, Rick, before I get to the big house. We're working on the floor some more today. It's a slow process. The landlord's doing 99% of it. I'm giving her a few tips here and there of how to do it. But we'll end up getting that. I'd like to be in there before winter. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but that's my goal. Because if I can heat this with 2 diesel heaters this winter and not have to use the propane, then it won't be so bad. But last winter, the one diesel heater quit on me. I didn't get another one installed, and the propane was killing me. My plan for heating the big house is to keep the thermostat relatively low, like maybe 60, 65, and then heat the living room with a diesel heater. Shut that off at night, and 60, 65, that's fine for sleeping. Then in the morning, start the diesel heater up, warm up the living room, because that's where I'm going to, other than sleeping, like I said, for sleeping, I'd rather have it cooler. But I spend most of my time in the living room. So I'll keep that the warmest. And I think that should work out good. Have a good night, J&B. Are you saying goodbye to everyone that's leaving, Ace? Or are you leaving too? You're leaving. Have a good night. I'm going to try to make all the meetups. I want to make Tin Keller, Mid-America. I'm going to be making the Ouachita YouTube meetup for sure. And I'd like to go to the Ozark meetup. And then the one that Steve, Misfit Mania, the one he's doing, I'm going to that one. I know there's been some talk about having one in Texas. Is that a sure thing, Des? The meetup in Texas? Is that a sure thing? I still need to go visit you, Ace. I know you asked me to go visit you. Heck, I think it was 2 years ago. The thing is, it's not that far. I think you're only like an hour and a half from me. I gotta do that. Welcome back, Katie. Where's my ice cream? I hope you brought ice cream for everyone. Yeah, that sucks, Des. You know, you're not happy in Florida? Move west. Come to Arkansas, Oklahoma, somewhere around here. No, I don't think so, Katie. Okay, so it is a sure thing. Where's that gonna be, Des? Was it San Antonio? Yep. I gotta make it there sometime, Ace. I'm not sure, Rick. Brett was in here earlier, but I haven't seen him chat in quite a while. I know Deborah's got one set up for next Sunday. Because a couple weeks ago, when she canceled that one, she set one up for the 24th. Of course, that's going to be dependent on what they have going on. But I hope they can get them going again. Yeah, I really try hard to keep my lives going. Sometimes it's hard having two of them a week. I've missed a few, but I try not to. Now I just got to start getting more videos out. And I really did think I'd get at least one, if not two videos out this past week. But it's been hectic. The dogs were really causing me some issues. But now, other than Goldie being missing, at least Buddy and Honey are contained now. And they shouldn't be taking off on me. But I'm going to be busy this week. I got a doctor's appointment Tuesday. Wednesday, I've got 5 cats going to the vet. The 4 kittens that are in the big house are going for their third shot. And Superman's going for his upper respiratory stuff. Then in the afternoon, I have physical therapy. And then Thursday, the dogs are going to the vet for their annual stuff and rabies shots and stuff. So I hope Goldie's back by then so she can go. And they need to get their next guard because they're running loose. They really got into ticks. I know Goldie's got a lot of ticks, but if she's not here, nothing I can do about that. Buddy, I'm not sure. I haven't seen any ticks on him. But Honey's got some ticks on her. I think I'm actually going to stop in at the vet's office tomorrow and get the next guard. So they can get rid of those ticks as soon as possible. Well, that sounds good, Katie. I haven't had any cheesecake in a long time. I don't think I've ever had cheesecake in a sundae. Or you might be surprised, Des. I know your political views differ from a lot of people, but I see that at the diner that I go to, the Rock Cafe. They just make jokes about it. So if that's what you're talking about, I don't think it'd be a problem. I'm not sure where Needsville is. I've never heard of that before. I'll have to look that up later. Yeah, Des. 4 kittens are just going for their shots, and then Superman's the only sick one. I'll try to make your live. I'm not sure about next week, but the week after I will, David. I'll start alternating some lives or get set up so I can watch 2 lives at a time or something. I'll get it figured out. Okay, you have a good night, David. Hello, Kay. I don't plan on ever going through Dallas. Not unless I'm riding with someone. Yeah, I know you talked about your son's medical needs, Katie. I'm not exactly sure where you could get it around here, but I'm pretty sure in the Little Rock area they would have what he needs. Fort Smith, I'm just not sure. They do have a lot in Fort Smith. Yep, I know what you mean, David. I would have never moved when my mom and dad were alive. The only thing is, I wish I'd moved south when my mom died in 2017. That is when I really started seriously considering that. But then just finances stood in my way for a while. Oh, I don't mean to live in Little Rock, Katie. I mean to go there for his medical needs. I don't know how far you'd want to travel for that, but yeah, finances are always a problem. Hello, Sassy777. I'm not doing too bad. buy a place, Katie, then you can have all the critters you want. And welcome back, Steve. Yes, Rick, that's right. Like my doctor's about 12 miles away. I haven't had to deal with anything serious. And my doctor's office is right on the back side of the hospital. And from what I understand, for minor basic stuff, it's not that bad of a hospital. But like if you have a heart attack, they're calling a helicopter and you're going for a ride. They can't deal with anything like that there. Let's see what the weather is here. Sunny with temperature of 88. Not bad. It's evening time, so the humidity's starting to go up. Now I've been on for over 2 hours. Well, I think it might be about time to call it a night. You going live tonight, Steve? I didn't ask Wanda, but she was still in here, if she's going live. Narc Wildman didn't come in tonight. Yeah, I normally would check on my phone and see if anyone's got a live schedule, but can't do that tonight. I don't blame you for wanting to get out of there, Katie. Okay, 8 o'clock, Steve? Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be stopping then. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. I'll have another live Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central. And I'll see what I can get done this week. Hopefully, I can get the video I promised for last week. Hopefully, I can get that out this week. I think tomorrow is going to be a relatively slow day for me, unless something comes up. So hopefully I can get the video finished up and get it out. cat won't move for me again. There it goes. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Oh, hello, Big Family Expedition. Came in just as I'm leaving. Okay. Civi's going live tonight also. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Hopefully I have better setup on Wednesday. I'm going to go over and check and see what's going on with that Wi-Fi extender.